What are you doing for the holiday? You were saying you don't like Thanksgiving.
Nah, we're gonna do. I don't.
What kind of fucking Italian doesn't like the fucking Thanksgiving? You guys don't throw down?
No, me
Are you
and
mad that it's based around turkey? Is that too fucking Northern European for you?
me and Bobby Kelly had a screaming match about this. He puts Thanksgiving over Christmas, and I just couldn't fucking handle it, so we just went at it. But I just think Christmas is the most special. Dude, Christmas Eve is fucking.
First of all, why would you try to convince Bobby Kelly that shopping is better than eating?
Oh, so I got to tell you something.
Wait, I want to hear your argument. Why is Christmas better than Thanksgiving?
Oh,
I mean, I'm a holiday guy, Paul.
Well,
I'm all in.
I should say this.
Halloween, Thanksgiving,
I'm a Christmas Eve guy. You know what I mean? Christmas Eve. I don't know. It's and a lot of people that I talk to, like Mediterraneans, like Italians, Christmas Eve is the shit because it's like it's the drinking. It's it's the night before the big man comes to town.
I love it. Christmas is a bummer.
Christmas Day is kind of it's like after.
It's like the day you get married, right? You get fucking married, and then it's the next day. It's over, and it's just like, all right.
Yeah, no.
And then that awful fucking slow trudge to the end of the year. It's depressing. To fucking New Year's.
Christmas Eve is like you have unbelievable, just dirty sex with her. Everything's nuts and fun. And then Christmas morning, it's like, all right, so you want to go to breakfast? Nah. Yeah, I'll call you. Like, it's just, but dude, Christmas Eve, dude, knowing that the big man is coming to town, knowing that the fucking reindeer are in the air. I mean, come on.
So what you're saying is the pregame to Christmas. Paul? You're a weird guy, man.
What?
You always say something, and then by the time you get to the end of it, you're not. It's not quite what you said.
No, because
Christmas is better. You should have said Christmas Eve.
The whole experience of Christmas. Christmas.
I thought you were just agreeing with me that Christmas Day is a bummer.
No. The Christmas as a holiday is the best for me because of the lead up. Because of the lead up, I love that holiday the best. I'm not excited on Thanksgiving Eve.
You know why? Because it's disrespect. You're not excited. Thanksgiving evening is the greatest time ever if you're young to be single. You go back to your hometown, you go to the bar, all of those chicks you went to high school with, they're all thinking of the guys they should have banged. You're thinking, hey, that's one of the great fucking hookup nights there ever was. Way better than Christmas Eve.
You wake up hungover, you feel like shit, you were out late.
You're young. You're young. You feel great. You're grasping for straws, Paul. You're single, you got no fucking kids, you're going back, and you finally got the courage, you got your swag now. You can walk up to that woman you were afraid to walk up to when you were in fucking high school, and maybe something, the excitements of that, Paul, the hope. Waiting for Santa Claus. How about waiting for that fucking chick you've been thinking about for the last 7 years to come walking in the bar? That's excitement.
Hey, listen, to each his own. I like wearing an ugly sweater, holding a White Russian, enjoying the fucking Christmas movies. That
sounds like a Will Ferrell sketch.
Yeah, I got one for you. So I'm in Houston, and Stacy calls me up, and Stacy says, Lucas kind of knew, but I confirmed to Lucas about Santa, and he cried. And I go, what do you mean he kind of knew? She goes, he kind of knew, but like when I told him. So the first thing I said was, what the fuck? Why didn't that happen when I was there? And she's like, the way that it came about, which I get, like it got brought up. Now here's the funniest part. My daughter's 9. Lucas is 3 years older. So Lucas has had ideas for a couple of years that Santa Claus isn't real, but he's never had one of us actually go, yeah. And that happened. So he got real upset. So then they told my daughter, and because, a couple of years ago, Sophia says, Dad, is that real or not? And she goes, I need to know. She goes, I got questions and stuff. And I go, listen, the spirit of Christmas is real. I try to get, and my daughter goes like this. She goes, Dad, I'm going to tell you something right now. I swear to God, it's true. She goes, if he's not real, I'm going to be pissed. She said that. She actually said that. She goes, if he's not real,
you got to come clean. The second my kids goes, is it real or not? They know. And just be like, no, it's just something that you tell little kids. And now you're a big girl now. You're a big boy now. So.
Yeah, so when Lucas got upset.
So fucking dumb that you start
believing it.
It's a selfish thing. It's a selfish thing that I'm telling you, I think at some point it's going to end. And then there's going to be a big fight to keep Santa alive or whatever. And it's just like, this whole thing, it's a selfish thing that a parent does. Where you just like seeing your kid excited and you like bringing them joy. And you're trying to, and you amp them up so fucking high.
That doesn't sound like a selfish thing, though, what you're describing.
Well, because it is. Because you want them to feel those feelings before they get out and find out what the real world is like. Why can't you just level with them? I got a buddy of mine did that. He goes, we're not doing that. They sent him to school with the knowledge. And then they had to kind of give into the lie because other parents were upset with them.
Is your buddy a happy person?
No.
Well, there you go. It's like, fuck that. That
isn't where you go. That has to do with his fucking life choices, not this stupid Santa Claus shit. You're telling me what brings you happiness in life is telling your kid there's Santa Claus when there isn't? Well, there you go.
No.
Paul Verzi. We here at Paul Verzi Research.
No.
Deem that argument over.
I think it's a nice thing to have your kids, at least until they're 5, 6 years old, like hear the story of it and be excited.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you, first of all, kids don't give a fuck about Santa Claus anymore. Kids get gifts year round.
Yeah, I mean, some.
In general, they do. Paul, I'll tell you this. When I was a fucking kid, it's just like, if you were in a big family, it was hand-me-downs. One of my brothers just sent me all these fucking pictures from when I was a kid, dude. I'm telling you. There wasn't a picture where I didn't have a patch on my knee. And the thing is, it was just a patch. Like I had like on red fucking Toughskins with a big black patch over one of them. I'm sitting there. I got fucking those Boondockers, the old fucking work boots. They're worn out, Paul. Worn out on the sole. I remember you'd get one pair of sneakers in September, and my mother would buy them like a size too big or whatever, and then you would just wear those things until September the next year. That was it.
Yeah, it's a
couple pairs of pants, a couple shirts, maybe. And then it was just hand-me-downs. I remember I used to eyeball, you'd eyeball your older siblings' clothes going, I can't wait to get that shirt.
Wow.
Dude, my family album, you'll see a shirt pass through the whole fucking family.
Yeah. Now our kids dude, like my son went to Madison Square Garden so many times that when I like to surprise him after school and go, guess where we're going today? And he'll go, what? I go, you're out of school early. We're going to Madison Square Garden. We're going to go see and like when it happened the first, now he's just like, yo, that's awesome. Like, and I'm like, dude, he used to like melt. And now it's like, yeah, he gets sneakers.
You're doing it too much, dude. You know what that's like? That's like complimenting your wife too much. You tell her you love her all the time. It doesn't fucking mean anything. You're buying them gifts all the time. They don't give a shit. The same way if every day you fucking came home, if they blew you, Paul.
Dude, I fucking told her she looked pretty the other day.
I was waiting for you to be like, well, I don't think I'd ever get sick of that.
No, I have at it. Okay, no, I say to her all the time. I say to my wife, like when she comes downstairs, I'll be like, man, you look pretty, man. Oh, you look beautiful. And like, so now, she can't say like, and I sent her flowers the other day, bought her flowers. She was having a bad day. She was upset. So I got these flowers. I brought it in and it's like, yeah. So don't say that I don't do that. Cause I do it. You know what I mean? No, don't say that about
you, Paul.
What?
You present the worst arguments. No, you're right. You're so right. It's like, yeah, don't say you don't do that because I did that. Like your case is so strong But your argument is so weak.
Yeah, because
Paul, that is the alley-oop, slam dunk. Everyone in the garden comes to their feet, and by the time you describe it, you reduce it to a free throw.
No, man, like she can never say that.
I come home, I tell her she's beautiful, I give her flowers. So I do that. So don't say I don't do that.
After defending the spirit of Christmas, like, oh, it's the thought that counts. You're like, well, it's almost like saying, well, you kids can never say that you didn't tell them there was a Santa Claus.
I don't know, Paul. I got to tell you this. I think Thanksgiving is disrespected. All right. I think Halloween has two things going for it: the gay community, and then women. It gives them an excuse to dress a little more, a little more racier than they would. And then kids love it. So you got a three-pronged attack on people that love it and elevate it. Elevate it. I mean, Halloween is almost a gay holiday. The way that they crush it. They elevate that whole fucking holiday, and everybody else is drafting behind them. And then you got Christmas. But then Thanksgiving is this great thing where you can fucking hang out. There's no pressure. You don't have to buy anybody anything. And then the greatest hookup night of the fucking year is the night before. A lot of great drinking happens. And then after Thanksgiving's over, you still got a 3-day it's a 4-day weekend. It's a 4-day fucking weekend, Paul. A lot of people, the day after Christmas, they have to go to work. You get a 4-day fucking weekend, and then you still have the excitement that your Christmas, your Hanukkah, your Kwanzaa, whatever, is still coming.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear those points. I like giving. I like giving gifts. I love giving gifts. I like giving gifts better than I like receiving them, and that's the truth. You get me one or two nice things, I appreciate it. I love.
You like shopping.
I love watching people open shit that they love.
Don't avoid the question.
What?
Do you like shopping?
No, I don't. No, I'm not a big shopper, but I like because I go in like a sniper.
So that's okay. So that's in the negative side of the ledger there.
Yeah, like I go in like a sniper, but I like to get what you want. So let's just say if I knew you wanted a pair of sneakers and I got them for you and I gave them to you, oh, I love it. When I made you that.
So you're telling me you have no imagination?
What do you mean? No,
Someone just says, I want this, and then you go out like a sniper and buy it?
With my wife, I have imagination.
So what you're basically is your Postmates with gifts.
No, and I'll tell you another thing I do. I'll tell you another
thing. Let me ask you this. Paul, I'm not going to try to convince you. I get it. You like Christmas better.
No, but
here's my thing. This is what fucking annoys me about my wife. My wife goes, I want that. And then if I just go out and get it for her,
yeah,
it's like I ran an errand.
Yeah, but you got to do that and then throw your original thing too. That's the way to do it. You get their list and then you put a little something that you got. But you know what I don't do? I don't do Amazon.
I don't like a list, Paul. I don't like
Amazon.
a list.
Don't do Amazon. All these people fucking shop at Amazon. Go to the fucking store. That's another thing I don't do. These lazy fucking people just do their Christmas shopping like this.
Well, you find me a fucking store that's still open. Where's Toys R Us? It went under. Where's Child World? It's gone.
Me and Brett Ernst were talking about that. Toys R Us going under is brutal. Fucking brutal, man.
Well, you guys are youngsters. Child World was the best.
Yeah,
there's no other world like Child World. It's a happy store with miles and miles and toys for happy girls and boys and much, 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 much more.
That's fantastic. That's Christmas.
World's biggest toy store, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us.
And here's
that was before they came up with their dumb mascots. You know what I like about Child World? They had fucking kids up on the sign, not a couple of stupid fucking giraffes. What do I care about these fucking giraffes?
They changed it to
I saw happy kids on that. That's what I wanted to be.
Yeah, Child World had the panda at the end.
And they were white kids, Paul. I just realized if they were still around, they'd have to have their sign be a little more inclusive. It's like, what? People who don't have white kids can't shop here? But bring up the Child World sign if you can find one. I think it was a little white boy and a little white girl.
Oh shit!
And that was it.
There'd be fucking protests outside of Child World.
They would.
Listen, dude.
That's a good thing, though, Paul. Everybody should feel like. Somebody said one of the saddest fucking things. It's when they read about the history of this country, they feel like it's not their own country and that they shouldn't. People don't want them to be here. Can you imagine feeling like that? And this is a natural born citizen in this country. So I'm not against, Paul. If Child World comes back, I would be all for, got to get everybody up there, Paul.
If I read that it didn't feel like I belonged, I honestly wouldn't give a fuck. I don't think. I would be like, all right, I'm here though. Like, because didn't the Irish and Italians go through all that shit too? Like they would just look at it.
Oh, Paul, don't present that stupid white argument.
No, I'm not arguing a white.
Hey, the fucking potato famine. Remember, there was that. That's kind of like slavery. I can see how that exists on the lateral plane.
Another thing, Bill, you got stuffing, turkey, cranberry sauce, and then a couple of people put their twist on things, but that's the meal every time. Christmas, you can change it up a little bit more. Some people like to do
that's not true, Paul. That's not true.
What do you mean? You have the same thing on Christmas every year?
No. First of all, people have their traditions. And then what it is, Paul, is as everybody brings something.
Right.
So as long as you don't have the same fucking people every year, and you bring something different, everybody's going to have like what they bring.
You have different people coming in. We have the same people you have different people coming in every year for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking LA, man. People come in, they come out. But I do I try to do something different every year. I mean, you have the basic, Paul. And in our house, like we used to have prime rib. And this year I was thinking of maybe having a goose. Because they were supposed to have a Christmas goose. I'm like, all right, let's try to do a goose.
Yeah, that's
something
nice.
Different. I don't want the same thing, but I'll tell you this, Paul. If you ever had my stuffing, you would drop the fork and you would put a hole in my wall, and I wouldn't charge you for it because I know it's that good.
Dude, I love stuffing.
This stuffing, usually just put it in the bird, but everybody likes how the outside gets crusted, and there's also never enough. So I actually make a double order every year. My wife is always on me. You gonna have enough stuff in there for leftovers too? Because she wants to have them like her favorite thing. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Thanksgiving, me and my wife start throwing down in the kitchen. I tape the football games because she watches the Macy Day Parade, and then we watch the Westminster Dog Show. And for 2 years in a row, we called the winner. And then last year we missed it. But I called the Bloodhound, and there was another one the year before that. I got that one, or the year after. And then maybe the last couple of years I haven't been able to pick the winner. And that's like our little tradition. We get some fucking eggnog, little brandy, and my wife's, I don't mess with that shit anymore because I can't handle it. But dude, that night we get the fire going, and then that's the first night the Christmas lights go on the house, and it just begins it. And you have all of this time of the Christmas season. I'm going to take my kids skating this year. You have all of that fucking excitement. And then, dude, Christmas, it's like the last day of summer, and then you got to go back to school the next day. So I do like Christmas Eve, love Christmas Eve, but like Christmas Eve to me is an extension of Thanksgiving, where it is you're in the holiday season.
Yeah.
All right. The New Year's Eve is the spinoff from like the fucking hit sitcom, and then they try to fucking, it's like you had Alice, and then they tried to give Flo a show, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about it.
Yeah, that I could buy. I like that. That's true. New Year's Eve is like whatever. But what I like about Christmas is the music, the songs, the lead up, the shopping. I like the anticipation.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
Paul, you get that from Thanksgiving evening on. You got the whole thing. Christmas Eve, Paul, to me, there's a sadness to it because I know it's all going to be 24 hours. It's over. The wrapping paper is done. Now you're looking at all this shit you got to take down. Oh, my God. And then the saddest thing ever, taking your fucking tree out, cutting the thing up like you committed a fucking murder and stuffing it in the recycling.
Like you're dragging out a dead body?
Yeah, dude. I love Christmas, too, and I love the music and all that, and I love the excitement of the kids, but there's a sadness to it that it's over, and then the dread of another year of working and trying to keep the weight off, and flat earthers telling you what the fuck to do, and just, oh my God, fucking liberals screaming about all of this shit. It's going to be another year of this?